Hello, everybody. My name is James. I'm one of the video production specialists here at Broadfield. Today, we have a great show lined up for you. As you can see, I'm being joined by Glen Seaman here, and we have some new and exciting news. We have a new team that is being put together. So, Glen, why don't you say hello and start talking about this team?
Hey, James, thank you very much. So, the team isn't new. What we're trying to do and our focus is what's new, and we've grown it a little bit. So, what I'd like to do is kind of talk about what we're referring to as the CP crew, and talk a little bit. Whoops, why am I not moving there? Great. So, what is CPQ? Well, a lot of you are probably already familiar with that term. CPQ stands for configure, price, quote. And it is a process where you can go out and usually there's software that's associated with that. Avid didn't buy software. We are looking at that, but really more for us, it's looking at it from a philosophical point of view of what we're doing and what we've been doing. So, the concept of CPQ, configure, price, quote, is first off, looking at, the configuration. So reviewing the products that you need, all of the elements around it, all of the specs, all of the functionality, and then looking at a pricing model and looking at the pricing and making sure that if there's bundles that can be put together, if there's packages, if there's options that the price that's being put together is the best price, and then the final bit is quoting. So as Broadfield started kind of growing, and as we've been growing our product line, you look at our product line and our vendors that we're offering, there are lots of solutions that are out there, and some of them are very easy, a little widget. I need a USB drive. We've got that. Some of them are a little bit more advanced, and then some of them are extremely advanced. And that's really where our team comes in, is kind of helping you work through all of those. And with that, I'd kind of like to, introduce the team. For those that that know me, I've been with Broadfield now. I'm on my seventh year. Been here for a while. I come from the industry. I spent 20 years at Avid, worked at several different companies after Avid, all within the media and entertainment space. So I've been spent a lot of time in this world, and then I joined Broadfield back in 2018 to kind of help them start building their workflow team, and that team has grown. So with that, I'd kind of like to introduce first off, Logan, who's been with the company for a number of years now. Logan, why don't you do a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Logan. I've been with Broadfield for about 2.5 years, and I deal a lot with some of our more, I guess, in-depth lines like Live View, Netgear, other lines such as Killaview. I usually work with a lot of the dealers, sometimes our customers, to kind of figure out what exactly they need, kind of more or less make their dream a reality with equipment. Also, probably seen me at numerous trade shows.
And then the latest addition to our team, he's been with Broadfield a while, is Dan Hirschhorn. Dan is actually live in studio, so why don't you do a little introduction on yourself, Dan?
Howdy, everyone. Dan Hirschhorn here. Been with the Broadfield team for about a year and a half. Been busy supporting the sales team already from an inside capacity, but I'm really excited to take a step over to the workflow sales team and the CP crew and start to sink my teeth into some more complex workflow. I come from the channel, was a Broadfield customer first as an integrator and reseller. So it's really cool to be a part of this team, and working with Glenn and Logan has been fantastic. And what we've got cooking up is really exciting.
Yep. And you've been drinking from the fire hose. You just recently got your Live View certification, so congratulations on that.
I appreciate it.
So let's talk about a little bit about how our team is different. So, what we've been doing and what we're doing is, we're technical advice and support. So, both pre-sales and post-sales, we're more than happy to jump on a call with you and talk through what you're looking at, the products that you're thinking about, and give you support, both whether it be setting up for demos, setting up for evaluations, things like that. All of our team, we carry several different certifications, Avid certifications, Netgear, Dante, NDI, apps, and lots of certifications under our belt and growing. That is one of the big things that we are trying to maintain, is being right up there with all of our certifications, being able to talk about any technology with you folks. Our goal is really to help you land and expand opportunities. We as Broadfield continue to add brands, continue to add new technologies, want to make sure that you understand those and know where you can sell and add things in. So feel free to talk to us about any of the products and solutions that we have. I think the thing really neat that we've been doing, and I've been doing from almost day one at Broadfield, is really kind of being invisible to the end user. So feel free to get us on a phone call. We do not talk about who we come from. Nobody knows whether we work for you or for the manufacturer. We are just somebody that can be an add-on to your team. Just say, I know a person, I know a person, I know a guy, I got a guy that can help you with that. And we will jump on a call with you and your end user and talk through any solutions that you may need. So what are some of the things we can do? In the pro AV space, anything with PTZ cameras, auto tracking cameras, cameras that are supporting 3D, any of those types of things, we are happy to help you with that. When it comes to LED walls and all-in-one walls, we carry Epson. I'm sure we will look at other brands in the future, but right now we're focusing on Epson, and that's been the big thing for us, and we're happy to help you quote those and work with those. NDI, Dante, any AV over IP infrastructure, we are fully skilled in those products. Broadcast and post-production, that's where both myself and Dan spent a lot of time in our previous worlds. So anything with media production, post-production, live production, we can handle that. Asset management, production hardware, whether that be live production switchers, storage, video editing solutions, we have all of that under our belt. Shared storage, whether it be something as simple as an OWC NAS all the way up to solutions from Avid or Facilis, we can talk to you and help you with the quoting of that. Technologies, like I mentioned, AV over IP, that has been a big thing for us. We started at Broadfield themselves, got on the NDI bandwagon very early on. As SMPTE 2110 came out, we've been a big supporter of that, and now we're doing a lot of Dante AV. Very skilled with remote production and collaboration. We'll talk a little bit more about remote production when we talk about some of our other products in a bit. And fully comfortable talking to schools, house of worship, corporate, sports, you name it. Lots of different industry experience across our team, and we're happy to help you talk about any solutions for any one of those. And one of the things we love doing, we just were working one yesterday, is good, better, best scenarios of working with our vendors and our customers to find solutions that kind of fit price points or functionalities. Very skilled at doing that. 2110, we'll talk a little bit about that. Our solutions in that space, obviously Kairos, the Panasonic Kairos has been a big product. It was our first real 2110 product. Matrox, whether it be any of their convert IPs for getting 2110 in and out of different formats, or any of their solutions in the 2110 space, we are happy to talk about that. Imagine Communications with their SNP, we've sold a number of those tied to Panasonic Kairos, but into other workflows as well. On the Kairos front, we've got a demo we've got a unit in our demo room. So we put that in over a year ago. That's fully up and running. And, we talked about remote production. We have the full turnkey system in our demo room in New York. I've got a control panel to operate it here in Dallas and can do remote production from, Dallas or anywhere I bring that panel. We're fully set up for those types of workflows. LED walls, Dan's going to eventually get down to Epson in Florida or Epson somewhere and get trained on it, but Logan and I have been trained on it. We got trained when we first brought Epson online, and we're happy to help you with that. And, I love to talk about this picture here. That's actually a picture from Infocom. And one of the things that this crew was responsible for at Infocom was, we had over 80 products from, I think it was more than a dozen different vendors, all connected over Dante AV, NDI, ST2110. We had everything up and running in that booth, and that's the types of things that this team is used to doing and can talk about. I mentioned storage. And I mentioned my years at Avid. So whether you're looking at, Avid Nexus storage solutions or Media Central, we are fully capable of working with you and the Avid sales team to help quote those and spec what you need for your customer. Same thing with Facilis. Logan and I have been Facilis trained. We are familiar with that product. We've been able to do demos for them. We've been doing demos for them for over a year. brought them to different trade shows. So happy to discuss Facilis with you. Telestream, we've got the full Telestream line. So we've for a long time had the Wirecast solutions, but now we have full access to everything from Vantage to Lightspeed Capture. Stands to the entire Telestream product family is something we are well versed in and can talk to and quote and work with you on those opportunities. Killaview or NDI in general, Killaview's great product. They've come out with their brand new RFO2 solution. This is a great platform for going into larger facilities. You can load that up with multiple different types of cards for doing NDI conversions, SRT conversions. Very versed in that. One of the things that Logan did on our team when Killaview first came out with their cellular bonded solutions, Logan did 2 videos. He did one on how to set up a server, the Killaview server on a Linux machine. He's also done a video on how to set it up in the cloud. So great assets for you folks to use and call on within my team. Open Gear, we've got the AJA brand for Open Gear. We've also got the Bird Dog solutions for Open Gear. So if you're looking not just for the NDI solutions, but any type of Open Gear solutions, we can talk to you about that. Also happy to help you with Bridge Live for doing any type of NDI or IP format conversions in the AJA family. AMP from Grass Valley. I was just up in Montreal about a month ago getting AMP certified. So we are fully certified to help you with the AMP platform and get that up and going and start introducing your clients to more advanced cloud workflows. And of course, LiveView. I think Logan's probably got the most time as far as doing LiveView quoting, support renewals, SLA renewals, data plans, all that type of stuff. We are happy to help you and your customers, through LiveView. These are great products. They can be daunting to sell because there's lots of little bits and pieces, but we are really good at selling those and helping you understand and work with your customers to get the best solutions going forward. So, like I said, lots of brands. I just highlighted some of them, but really, focus of my team is anytime it's, hey, I need to know how this works with this. That's where my team is there for you. You can continue to work with your sales team at Broadfield, but at any point in time, they may bring you in, or feel free to reach out to us and say, hey, would love to have your eyes on this, would love to have your help with that. That is really the focus of my team. Again, you can contact us at Broadfield directly. You can ask your sales rep to reach out to us, but we are here to help you. And thank you. Over to you, James, or I think you've probably already left the studio. So
here, we're okay.
Excellent.
Well, thank you, Glenn, for explaining everything that the CP crew is going to be doing. Jim will be back in studio next Thursday. Thank you for everybody watching. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Glenn, and we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Broadfield Distributing is a value-added distributor of live production, streaming, video editing, and storage products. We only sell to resellers. We are always looking for new dealers. So call us at 1-800-634-5178 or email sales@broadfield.com. You'll like doing business with Broadfield because we make it easy to do business.